Hey everyone. So, to paraphrase Mark Twain, rumors of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. I'm here, I'm alive, I'm not sick. I'm wearing my outfit that I wear to the casino, except I've added shades. Otherwise, this is pretty close to how I look nowadays. I haven't been playing a lot of blackjack. In the past year, so since January this year, 2020, I have played about 1 hour of blackjack in a casino. And so that's why I haven't been making a lot of videos. I've been doing other things. I've been continuing to make money from advantage play gambling. Most of you know the majority of what I've been doing lately is machine play. And that includes slots as well as video poker. And yes, you can actually make money on slots. I never would have believed it. But there are certain machines under certain circumstances that can be beaten. As a matter of fact, I've come to learn over the years that just about any form of gambling under the right conditions can be beaten. So I've been doing that. I used the lockdown time to learn a lot about video poker. And so I've been doing some of that. I've been doing the machines. I've also been doing some stuff online, some political gambling where I have an edge. Not just based on hunches or based on who I want to win or anything like that, but there are some situations that are pretty much common sense. I'll give you one example. There is no way that there was ever even right now, you can bet that Hillary Clinton will not run for president. Right now, October 21st, 2020, on the betting sites, there's about anywhere from 4 to 6% chance that Hillary Clinton will run for president. At least that's what they think. I mean, that's what the market has set it at, 4% to 6%, anywhere from 4 to 6%. That's not going to happen. So you can just bet no, she's not going to run for president. I mean, is there any way she could even file this late? People are already voting. And you could have got higher, more than 6%, if you would have done it a little bit earlier when it was still next to impossible that she was going to run. I mean, is there a possibility 6 months ago that she would have run? Sure. But it wasn't 10%. It was less than 1%. So you have an advantage there. If the market's going to give you 4% for something that's got a 1% chance, you can make money. So that's what I'm talking about in terms of the types of political bets that I would do. Real obvious stuff. And you can just pick up that money. But this channel is about blackjack. It's going to continue to be about blackjack. And I'm thinking about going back to playing blackjack soon. So when my series, My Real Blackjack Life, ended, I had about $2,000 left. And it was pretty clear that the blackjack was not going to be viable with $2,000. So that's when I got into the machine play, and I had some free play. I had about $1,500 in free play from this one casino. And I used that, and over the course of the last 10 months, I've made a profit after expenses, so a net profit of around $60,000. Now, as you know, this is my full-time job, so I have to eat. Well, I could have eaten free in the casino in most cases, because the beautiful thing about machine play is you still get comps, but I have to feed my family, and I have car payment, mortgage, that sort of thing. So I was pretty disciplined about putting half of it towards living expenses and half of it towards the bankroll. So now I have about a $30,000 bankroll roughly. And that's enough to go back to blackjack. Now, part of me says, why would I go back to blackjack? What I was doing got me to where I am, and it has lower risk than blackjack. But it's really boring, and it seems like it's getting harder and harder. It seems like there's more and more slot vultures out there. doing the same thing I'm doing. So the competition's getting pretty stiff, and that's why I can't go into exactly what I do there, because last thing I want to do is compete against all of you, because you're probably a lot smarter than me, and then I wouldn't be able to make any money off of machines at all. So instead, I'm going to think about going back to Blackjack and maybe continuing to do the machines also. But before I can go back to Blackjack, I've got to practice. As I've been practicing a little bit, but I've been focusing, like I said, on the machines and on the political gambling and things like that. And I've been reading a lot, so I haven't spent as much time as I should practicing Blackjack. So today, I'm going to record a session of myself playing Blackjack. And I'm going to set it up according to the way I'm going to play. This is going to be the exact way I'm going to play. And it's the conditions of an exact game that I'm going to play. It's a game where the dealer stands on all 17s, including soft 17s. You can surrender. And you can double after split. And I don't believe you can resplit aces, so I set it up where you cannot resplit aces. And penetration is very good. About a deck or less, a little bit less than a deck, from what I observed on a 6-deck shoe. No mid-shoe entry, so no wonging in, and a $25 minimum bet. So I've set up my betting according to that, and now I'm going to practice it. Practice my betting and make sure I can play correctly and everything. So you might see me make some errors. This will be unedited as far as the play goes. We'll see how it goes. Now I'm going to just to make the video more interesting, to just have a little fun with it. I wouldn't do this in real life. So as you know, if the true count is +4 or greater, you're going to split your 10s against the dealer 6. And if it's 5 or greater, you're going to split your 10s against a 5 or 6. So just to make this video fun, and I don't know if it'll come up. It might not come up. Hopefully it does. Hopefully I get a pair of 10s against a 6, and no matter what the count is, I'm going to split them just to see what happens. I wouldn't probably do that in real life, although I have done it with a small bet out there, just because I figure it gives me cover and makes it a little more believable when I do it later. But it's pretty expensive cover. It's really not a good idea in a negative or even a neutral count to do that. But sometimes I figure I got a minimum bet out there anyway. Why not have a little fun? I'll spend a little money. I'll probably, win or lose either way. It costs me money to do it because it's a bad play. But might not get me thrown out immediately when I do it later on with big money out there, because at least they saw me do it with small money, and they might even stop watching me when they see me do it in a neutral or a negative count, because they're going to think, well, he's obviously a ploppy. He doesn't know what he's doing. He just split his 10s. And if they go back and watch the tape or, the video, they'll be able to see, well, the count is negative or neutral. It's not, no way he should be splitting. And look at his bet. His bet is small, so he doesn't even think it's a high count. Why is he splitting his 10s? He's obviously just an idiot. And that's what I want them to think, and then maybe they'll stop watching me. I don't know if that works or not. I don't really care. Like I've said before, I don't care much about cover. But I would do that to maybe get a little more time, and because, like I said, I've been bored with the machines, have a little fun. It's not going to cost me that much. I wouldn't probably do it more than once. All right. So let's move on to practicing Blackjack. And I might record this without any sound, without me talking, and then I'll narrate it after the fact. But I'm not going to edit what actually happens. If there's a mistake or whatever, we'll just go with it. But I might not try to talk and play at the same time, because, like I said, I'm a little out of practice, and I want to make sure that I'm keeping the count accurately and all that. All right, here we go. All right, so my hand is the first hand there, and I'm going to bet 25, as you see me betting 25 in a anything up until +2. So +1 or less true count, I'm going to keep betting 25. Actually, my hand is right in the middle there because I have this set where players come in and out. Although that's not possible on the game that I'm going to be playing because it's no mid-shoe entry. But that's just the way I had this practice set up, so we're going to go with it. Okay. And, all right. So I'm right in the middle there, the green chip. I'll show you. Right there where the hand is pointing, and I just split my threes. That's my hand. And then the one to the left of that will be my additional hand if I add a hand. Okay? So we're just getting underway here. And obviously I'm narrating this after the fact, full disclosure here. But I have not edited anything, I'm not taking out any mistakes or anything. And in fact, this little foreshadowing for you, a little spoiler alert, you will see me make a mistake. And I'll explain that when we get to it. Hey, I got Blackjack. Okay, and the count went up there, so I went to 2 hands of $50. I forgot to mention that. When the count goes up to 2, I'm going to play 2 hands of $50 each. And it's just going to be basically the number of chips for the true count. So if the true count is 3, it's going to be 3 green chips times 2 hands, 4 green chips times 2 hands, and so on, up to a max bet of 2 by 150. And I also should have told you that I did set this up to be biased towards giving me high counts. So you see the count going up there. Small cards keep coming out. That can happen, and that has happened, but I set it up so that it's a random shuffle, but it's not totally random because it's biased towards having all the small cards be dealt out first, which could happen by chance. I've seen it before. So these results are not scientific by any means because of that. So just let you know. All right, so we're up to 2 hands of 100 each now. And double down on that, of course. Come on, where's that big card? No. Oh, well. Well, that's what happens when you have all small cards. But I've seen this before in real life. Believe me. Why do you think I'm thinking about sticking with machines? All right, let's see what happens.
Insurance?
Yeah, you better believe I want insurance. Now, see, so I bought insurance there on both of them. They don't say even money in this practice software. Even money, when you have blackjack, and insurance is exactly the same bet. Okay, I've talked about this in other videos. Don't ever let a dealer or anybody else tell you it's different. All right, getting some nice big counts here, and so we're betting big, which is fun in practice, especially a little nerve-wracking in real life. 13 versus a 10, and this is where I make. See, here's the mistake. Okay, so I should have surrendered. I don't know that. Okay, so at 8 or above true count, that's a surrender. I didn't know that index. Otherwise, you would not surrender a 13 under basic strategy. I know some of the indexes for surrender. I didn't know that one. So I learned something. If the true count is 8 or more, you would surrender a 13 against a 9. Excuse me, against a 10. 13 versus 10 is the only one you would ever surrender, and only if the true count is 8 or above. So that's how I learned. Double down there against the deuce. Come on, bust. Yes. All right. All right, and we're up. Started with 10,000. I got a little profit going. All right. Let you watch this and get back to the stock music from Movavi Video Suite. All right, hey, there it is. All right, we're going to split the 4s against the 6. That's the correct move. Now we got, look, we got 10s against the 6. I'm sorry, 10s against the 5.
Is the correct play.
And I'm going to split. I said I was going to split 10s against the 5 or 6. Even though it's a low count here, you don't want to do it here. So let's see what happens. I got 17 and 21, and the dealer busts. So it worked. It worked. Who said never split 10s? Look at that. Okay. Don't split 10s when it's a low count like that. I did that just for fun, and it's amazing it worked out. Don't forget, I don't have this as a true shuffle. I've got this set to give me higher than normal counts. So that may have contributed to the results. Maybe not. Probably not. Still random. So sometimes it works. Most of the time it won't. In a lower count, it won't work most of the time. All right. So that was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Please like the video. Please subscribe. Comment. I'd love to hear your comments on this. Probably a bunch of comments about splitting 10s. That'd be fun. Don't do that. Don't split 10s in a low count. But in a high count, do split 10s. Or if you just want to have fun and aggravate anybody at the table, split 10s. Sometimes it's worth it to split 10s just to clear out the table, because as an advantage player, you know that being one-on-one is actually the best situation. Don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise on that either. Well, let them tell you, and just nod and pretend to agree with them, because by all means, look stupid, but play smart. Thanks, everyone. It was fun getting back to making the videos. Hope you enjoyed it. May the count be with you.